Hello, I'm Jess and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to do this video with you guys. Well, I'm recording it, but I'm recording it for you guys about the nervous system. I know that my last couple of videos about the nervous system is something that you really liked, and I've gotten so many comments from you about the topic, that you find it interesting, that it has really helped you connect the dots about why you might feel a certain way or why certain things are showing up for you. And so today I thought it would be really cool to actually share my experience of what happened after I regulated my nervous system, after I learned how to regulate my nervous system. Because I do think by me sharing what has happened within me, it's also going to allow you to see if there's more room for improvement, if there's something that you feel like, oh, I want this too. I want to be able to achieve this goal too in my life. Now, this video is not going to be about numbers or about specific results that I'm going to talk about, because I do think the specific results, especially in your business and in your life, are a byproduct of the things that actually shifted within me because of my nervous system regulation. Now, I do want to start with talking about why nervous system regulation is so important. I do think more and more people are starting to learn and realize that the reason why they might not achieve certain goals, or why they feel like even though they want something, they are not taking the action, they feel frozen, they feel scared, they feel all those things, it's because of a deeper dysregulation within the body. Now, the nervous system dysregulation stems from the experiences that you've had, and your nervous system now has an idea about what is safe and what is not. And so if you, for example, had a certain traumatic experience in your childhood that made you believe something about the world and yourself, this is what the nervous system will now believe as the new truth, the truth that is your safety net. Anything outside of that will feel like danger to the body. That is why so many people, when they break through that nervous system regulation threshold point, let's say, all of a sudden their income explodes. All of a sudden their business explodes, their visibility explodes. All of the things change because they are realizing that ultimately they were the only ones holding themselves back. And the reason why they were doing it was because of the nervous system. So I hope that by my examples and the things that shifted within me, you're going to be able to see how far this work really goes and how much it's really going to change your life. Now, I do want to start because I have a list here right on my computer, which you can't see. I wrote down all the things that came to my mind just now. I do think there are probably a lot more, but those are like the things that really make me go like, damn, I can't believe I'm here. And I want you to have the same experience with this work, okay? Now, the first thing, 100% and like 100,000% is that I would set myself a goal and I would actually be able to make it happen. And what I mean with this is that many times, especially when it comes to manifestation or goal setting, we set ourselves a goal of what it is that we think we want. But when that thing that we want feels either too far away or your body doesn't actually feel safe with receiving it, what's going to happen is that you will keep chasing a goal, believing it's going to make you actually feel safe, but actually you're distancing yourself from that goal more and more, because your body does not know how to feel safe within this new goal that you're setting yourself. So let's say you want 100,000 followers on TikTok, okay? And 100,000 followers on TikTok means that your visibility is a lot higher. That means there is 100,000 people who love you, who watch you daily, who want to hear from you. And maybe right now you have, let's say 10,000. 10,000 is the goal that felt very safe within your body and felt like, okay, this is something that I can understand and my body does not go into overdrive. That 100,000, as much as you might want it on a logical level, if to your nervous system that feels like it's actually not going to be safe for you, because 100,000 people means more people could, leave hate comments on your videos. More people could criticize you. More people know you, so they could, walk up to the street on you, whatever. Like all these fears can come up that you might not even be aware of, because most of them can happen on such subconscious level that getting there might seem a little bit more difficult. But that's why setting yourself a goal by itself without the regulation of actually feeling safe to receive this goal is going to really stop you from making it happen either quickly or at all, right? Because I do think like you're setting yourself a goal not because you want to wait another 20 years for it to happen. Like you, of course, want it to happen quicker. And so what I noticed is when I started doing this work and I started to clean up all my residue of my subconscious programs that were running all the time. And I was able to regulate myself and feel safe within creating the goals that I wanted. If that was, a client number or visibility or money, when I achieved the goal, I was like, it feels good. It doesn't feel different. It feels like this is landing in my body. And that's what we want. We don't want to feel like your body is completely in overdrive once you achieve this goal, because that is a sign that something is not right and that you're probably dysregulated. Now, the other thing that I have experienced when I started to regulate my nervous system is that my capacity to hold more increased. And what I mean with this is, as a business owner or as a life person, you don't say that, but just being a person living life, like there's a lot of responsibility that just being an adult you have. If you have children or not, if you have a job or not, if you have a business or not, like there's so many things that are constantly going on. And I do find that more and more people feel overwhelmed by all the to-do lists that they have. But one thing that I noticed about myself is that I used to feel very overwhelmed with all the things that were happening. And the more I regulated myself, the more I was able to hold everything that was thrown my way, especially in my business, because the more you grow in your business, the more, of course, things are going to be thrown your way. The more things are going to be happening. It doesn't mean that you can just outsource everything, but your capacity to be able to oversee everything and take care of a team member or take care of your clients and be here and be there and create content and, optimize the program. Like you have to be able to do it all, and not from this like working harder mode, but from being able to hold everything without collapsing. When I started to regulate, I was able to notice that shift of being able to hold more clients, hold more responsibility, hold more money, hold more team members, like all these things that started to come together. I was like, oh, now I can see why I wasn't able to grow my business before, because my capacity was so limited that I would be overwhelmed with having 3 clients. I remember once this person asked me the questions like, oh, like, are you set up to have 100 clients tomorrow or to have 200 clients tomorrow? And at that point in my business, I was like, despite me wanting it, I think if by tomorrow I would have like 100 new clients at that time, I would have been completely overwhelmed. My capacity would have been close to 0. And so I would have to build this capacity up. And so this is also something that I'm really grateful for, because I remember working with mindset and business coaching and they would tell me like, you have to learn to increase your capacity. And I didn't know what that meant because my body didn't feel safe to hold all of it. The next thing that happened is I stopped people pleasing and I was able to really create firm boundaries. And this is something that I'm really proud of. You've known me in the past. I was a chronic people pleaser, which I think a lot of people are, especially women, but not only women. A lot of us grow up in a certain way to become people pleasers. I would take this trait that I had and I would bring it into my business, and that would completely break me because I would allow people to walk all over me. I would people please to like just do things that didn't feel aligned. And now don't get me wrong, I still want my clients to be happy and get the best experience, and I do help them make this happen. Or if I say they want to work with me and they need financial help or whatever, like I will go as far as like trying to find a solution, but I will no longer do it for the sake of being scared to not be loved or accepted or rejected or whatever that fear was beyond the people pleasing, right? And even having firmer boundaries and being like, no, I don't respond after a certain time, or I don't respond on the weekend. Things like this have allowed me to really be confident within myself and not do things that would harm me in the long run. And in the short run, I would do them because I was scared. And that was a learned pattern. And I would get extremely dysregulated when I would do the things or when I wouldn't do the things. And now I'm able to stop the people please if I want to go there and notice that my body needs regulation in that moment, regulate myself, and then take the action from a very grounded space, if that makes sense. And that is, I think, one of the biggest things that has really helped me grow as a business owner, as a person, to realize like there's only so much I can do, so far I can go before it becomes unhealthy for me too. The other thing that has shifted. And this is a pretty big one that I see quite a lot. I've been having a lot of conversations after my videos have gotten a lot of views here, which I'm very grateful and happy about. I've had a lot of conversations with people who would tell me, I know all of this, or I know this information, but still things aren't shifting. And that, I think, is the biggest misinformation in the world that we have today, is that we need more information, which is not true. We need more application. We need more deeper work to shift whatever is stuck. And what I mean with this is, for me, I was a sucker for information. Like, I would listen to so many podcasts and read so many books and more. I wanted to know more, and I would still not see my life change. And I would have to ask myself, well, am I staying up here in my mind thinking I need to know more? Or am I actually doing the things that are going to help me shift? And so what I can say today is that because I was able, and I still am able, to go deeper and heal my wounds and heal my traumas, which is part of nervous system dysregulation or nervous system regulation, I am now able to also hold myself in the awareness and then shift it. And not just stay in the awareness of like, oh, now I know why I'm doing this. Cool. And that's it. Knowing why you do something is a first step, the awareness of it, great, but then what? And this is what, like, I see so many people stuck in, journaling, doing all the external things, which is great, don't get me wrong, wonderful tools. But if you've been doing these things for years or a longer time and you still find yourself not moving the needle in your life or in your business, it's because something deeper down is going on that we need to look at, that needs to be reprogrammed or changed or shifted. The next thing that has shifted for me, and which I'm very proud of, because this is something that I really struggled with, and sometimes I find myself noticing that it wants to come back, and I'm noticing it. And that is like powerful, right? Because then I know what's happening, old pattern wanting to come up, shifting it, regulating, and I'm good. I used to always feel like I was never able to slow down. What I meant with that is I would feel like I'd have to work all the time or be productive or be on all the time. So even wanting to take a vacation, I could not just be laying around doing nothing. I would have to be on. It was always my inner voice telling me, you're not enough. You need to do more. You're wasting time. You're right? This inner voice that we all have. And oftentimes this inner voice is not you, it's someone else, right? That is talking to you. It can be your mother, your father, your grandparent, someone else in your family, right? A TV show that you watched and something spiked you, whatever. Spiked you? Sparked your interest or made something emotionally with you, okay? I'm a luteal phase, you guys. Luteal phase is the phase where you're about to bleed, and so my brain is mush a little bit. Okay, so sometimes the things that I say make no sense, and I stumble over my words during this phase. But what I'm trying to say, and what I said now a million times, is that inner voice calmed so much. And if it's there, I notice it. And I'm like, ooh, Jess, like an old pattern is coming out. Let me regulate myself. Let me create safety in the uncomfortable feeling. And that is a big thing. So many think I can't be being uncomfortable is wrong, right? When I grow, I should be happy and excited. And there's so much personal development stuff out there that makes it all seem so glamorous and gold. Like when I say gold is like, just like fun and exciting. And like, no, it can be, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is, it sucks. It's painful. It's not easy to do. So just noticing that as well is so powerful that, that I'm able to hear myself and I'm able to notice where it's coming from, but I'm also able to really regulate myself if it is there. And the next thing, and that is something that I really love to talk about, is I would realize now when I would hit an upper limit. And what I mean with this is in the past, and I shared the story about making the 25,000 in a month in my business, hitting an upper limit. And then, my nervous system was like, oh my God, not safe, horrible. I hate this. Even though I should have celebrated, I didn't, because my body was completely shocked by the number. And so I sabotaged and everything went down in my business, right? Now, when I'm hitting an upper limit, I notice it. And this is actually what happened when we got engaged. And that was now 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, something like this. We were in Hawaii. And not only were we in Hawaii in a luxury resort, business is going well. My part, obviously, like relationship is going well. I just got engaged. And I noticed in a couple of hours after getting engaged, how my system was going into, well, something bad is about to happen. I had this thought, something bad was about to happen. And that is a thought I would have also as a child for several reasons, but I would notice it. And I would be like, oh, Jess, damn, you're hitting an upper limit right there. Why can't you take all of this in? You're healthy, you're here in this resort in Hawaii, getting engaged, business is booming, like two people reach out to you, they want to work with you, pay you all this money. Like, why can't you just like allow all of this? And by me noticing, I regulate it myself and I'm like, no, I deserve to have all of this. And in the past, what would happen is I would not notice and I would pick a fight with my partner. I would not reply to a client who would be interested in working with me. I would get super tired or irritated, or I would get sick because I wouldn't be aware I'm hitting an upper limit. And that is one of the biggest things that I have learned that has really helped me grow as a person, grow in my business, and expand my capacity to be able to hold all the goodness that I deserve, right? And so this is something that I do think we all need awareness of, because we're hitting those upper limits all the time, especially if you're in this personal development journey, you're growing, you're expanding, you're learning, you're becoming someone new. It is going to happen all the freaking time. So you gotta be able to regulate yourself all the time. And then lastly, and this is just a short thing, I could actually feel my body more. If you're dysregulated, you're disconnected from your body. And this is why so much I speak about how therapy sometimes can re-traumatize us, because we're sitting up in our minds and we're not connecting with our bodies. And the body is the thing that communicates with you, telling you what's wrong, what's right. And so in the past, I would completely disconnect from my body, not feel what was going on. I didn't want to feel what was going on. Now today, I make a decision and I could feel in my body like, oh, I can feel something. And I connected with either I'm regulated, dysregulated. How can I support myself in feeling this without making it wrong? I could feel an emotion without judging it, right? Oftentimes we judge ourselves because we're feeling an emotion. We're like, oh, I shouldn't feel sad, or I shouldn't feel angry. I shouldn't feel all of these things. But actually emotions are just signs that your body is communicating with you. So I'm able to hold myself in these emotions and these uncomfortable feelings, in the sensations that my body is giving me, because that's ultimately the first step to regulation, is to be able to be aware of what's going on within you. And today I can say I can feel, me putting up a video and feeling fear and my body responding to me, or signing a client and feeling uneasy, and whatever that might be. Like, I'm able to hear that more and regulate myself and hold myself in that uncomfortableness if it is there, and that is, to me, one of everything that I said is kind of cool, but like everything is so important and so different, but so connected with each other. So I'm going to stop right here because I don't know how long this video actually is. I can't see it on my recorder. Can I? Oh yeah, I can. Okay, now I can. See, I didn't even know that. I really hope that this video was useful for you to be able to see what this work can do for you. If you want to take it a step further, I have a free masterclass. It is recorded now because it was live before. It's called Step Into Your Wealth Identity. You can find it down below. I have a program which is called Embodied Business. This is for my ladies who want to build a business, who are building businesses and know they need to regulate themselves because they're scared to be seen. They're hitting an income cap. You deserve a lot more. You're maybe people pleasing. And you find yourself knowing that you deserve and you want so much more in your business, money, success, and you can't quite get there. The program is for you. And then I also have a program called Dream Life from Bed. Dream Life from Bed is a great place to start with 108 audio trainings to really go deeper into what I teach. So I hope you will find whatever fits best for you. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So if you want to comment down below, that would mean a lot. If you like this type of content, subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you so much love. And until the next time, bye-bye.